Sorry. Mic was on mute. I should be live now with my sound. Looks like it's good. There we go. Okay. It's quiet right now because I don't have anybody in here. I'm trying to want to answer some questions, and it's gonna be linked to Patreon so that hopefully people will come over here and see. But I'm seeing the questions that are being asked about the new billing cycle and how models are going to be released, and I think I've come up with a solution. Some of you may like it, some of you may not, but I figure it's the easiest route possible. Subscription billing has really kind of messed up for digital releases. And for those who cannot catch this, while we're doing it, don't worry. I'll save the link once it's done, and I'll repost to Patreon so that anybody who wasn't able to watch with us will be able to at least comment on the Patreon thread, and once they've watched it, or can add comments to the YouTube channel once they've watched it to kind of have a better understanding. I'm also using a different platform called Restream instead of StreamYard to do this. I feel like it gives me way better options. Can add a cool little background and whatnot. the link posted to Patreon? Let me see. Yeah, I did. Oh, sweet. You don't even have to go to YouTube to watch the live stream. You can watch it right at that link on Patreon. That's cool. All right, well, there's 3 of you in here, so I'll just go ahead and start. Okay, so as you all know, we have switched to prescription billing. A few things about this that are different is the charge date, where you should or should not purchase a Patreon membership from, and so on. One of them is the iOS. Do not subscribe to us using iOS. If that is your only option, that's cool. You can still do it, but we highly suggest not using it because you get charged 30% extra. Or we tend to get 30% less. I'm not sure how it works. Either way, that's the reason for the prescription billing is Patreon is forcing all accounts on Patreon to switch as of November. We went ahead and just did it early to just get a jump on it, try to get accustomed to how it works. And what it's going to do is it's causing problems with how we are going to be able to release models each month. For example, let's say you join the Patreon on October 17th and your new billing cycle is now the 17th of each month. And you're good until the 17th of that month. So anything that we release before the 17th, you'd have access to whether you cancel on the 17th or not. You'll still get half of the models for the month for free. And we have to avoid that because then people will start to take advantage. They will sign up middle of the month, get what we have released the beginning of the next month, and then they've canceled their subscription, but they're still getting stuff that they technically aren't going to be paying for. So the resolution to this is everything's going to be at the end of each month now. So instead of releasing models periodically throughout the month, we're going to just do a big release day where it'll be within the last 2 to 3 days of the month, just so we make sure all payments have come through and everybody who paid for that month will get those models. When it comes to your free models, you can get those, the free models being your consecutive month bonus rewards, whether it's 2 or 3, depending on the tier you're on. Those you will be able to get the day after your billing date. So if you pay on the 17th, shoot us a message on the 18th, and we will send you your free models. Some of you may go, well, what am I going to print all month? Well, whenever you get 5 or 6 models, or 4, 5, 6 models, whatever we do, at the end of the month, you'll have that whole month to be printing those models that we just released. And then the next month, the same thing. It may suck at first, and we're going to go ahead and start doing it this month because we're already in prescription billing, or subscription billing, not prescription, sorry. So yeah, it kind of sucks, but I figured that's the best way around it to where nobody gets screwed on either end, whether it's you guys or us. We don't want to get screwed by, I'm not saying that you guys are going to do it, but there's some people out there who don't have any good morals, and they will go ahead and straight rob people blind. As you can see, people who leak, people who download leaked models who already know that they should be paying, those types of people. So to avoid running into people trying to just grab for free or get an extra month's models and rewards for 1 month's pay, it's best practice to do it at the end of the month. This gives us time to get all the test prints out of the way, get any fixes done as well. So it's not really a bad thing. That and it's big release day. So it's something we can kind of celebrate. Maybe on those days we'll do a YouTube video as well and, make a big day out of it so that it gives us all something to look forward to. If I was chopping this video up, it'd be a little bit more fluid. So I'm just kind of talking as I go. I was just sitting here before I started this video and I was reading. And if you guys would like to see what I'm reading, I will share my screen with you to see why we're going to do it this way based on what I was reading. Give me one moment here and I will pull that up. Yeah, I think that's the best option. Sorry, I'm cycling through to see what's the best. So here's the iOS. This is what has caused the problem is Apple's operating system. They don't want to make it complicated on their end, and they want to make money. And Patreon caved and went ahead and is submitting to what Apple wants versus just doing what they want to do. So please, 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 if you can, do not use the Apple Pay. Do not use iOS. I have also learned iOS is just charging just to charge. When we put a post on Instagram and we want to add some funds to our account to make a couple of these posts and turn them into ads to advertise our Patreon, I made the mistake of using the iOS and I paid 30% extra. And you save that 30% if you just do it straight from the Instagram on the computer. So if you have a way to sign up not using iOS, please do that. You guys are free to read kind of as I scroll. I was trying to keep it all on the same. Yes, it does say that you could have kept the regular billing, but it would come eventually. So we figured just get it out of the way and move on. Because this kind of screws up our payday as well. Because what we were used to and what we did was we pay ourselves once a month. On the first, Patreon was withdrawing from everyone's account who didn't cancel their subscription. And then once all of that would be settled and processed, usually takes a couple days. I've seen it take up to 3 days, but I've seen it take as quick as 1 day. The more we go, the longer it takes. But once all that is done, I then pull from there our Colts 3D, our CG Trader, so that we can all get our payday once a month. And then we look forward to the beginning of each month because that's our payday. And now that's changing, and we don't want to see it hurt us or you guys. So this is the best option. It's just, again, I'll repeat it. Every month, at the end of the month, we will release all of that month's models. That way, everyone who wanted to be a part of that month, no matter if it's the 1st, 2nd, all the way up to the 28th or 29th of each month, everyone will have paid, and then we will send the files out. So everyone who was with us, who paid for that month, will still get their stuff, no questions asked. That's never going to change. We just needed to figure out a way to be able to make it simple, easy, and as less complicated as possible. And it's just almost not possible. So this is the easiest and best solution, I think. And I think that's what we're just going to do from now on. So if you've got more questions, or if I missed anything, I don't think I did, besides, just don't use iOS if you don't have to. If everyone would try to set their billing date towards the beginning of the month, that would be the best. Because then maybe we don't have to wait until the end of the month. But with those people who show up, on the 29th of the month, we may just have to look at dates and try to just be careful. 1 or 2 may slip in the cracks and get some stuff that they shouldn't get, but we're trying not to let that happen. And unfortunately, it sucks because now we have to go this route. I don't know what other Patreons are going to end up doing in terms of 3D Patreons. Ones that you guys are the other ones that you guys are subscribed to. I don't know what their plan is for this, but we don't want to get hit and it turn out to just be a disaster, people coming in, robbing us blind, and us not realizing it. So us having to think for the future, this is why we made this decision to just release models at the end of the month. So it causes a little bit of a delay. We don't get to do that, hey, almost every week stuff's coming out all month. So unfortunately, for those that like getting stuff, oh yeah, sorry James. When I touch the table, when I'm tapping, it picks up really well. The new streaming thing I'm doing has a great audio compared to what I was using in those older videos. Thank you too for the few that joined in for this PSA. I'm trying to look at that subscription billing thing to see if there was anything else that I need to hit. Because existing members, if you were here before we switched to subscription billing, nothing changes for you except the day you get your models each month, the monthly models, the ones that we create, the ones that are for that specific month. Just because you already there, so your payment still comes out on the 1st. Now, like I said before, in which I did read and found out that it is true, if you cancel your subscription because the 1st is just inconvenient for you, we get it, that's fine. So if you needed to pay on the 17th of each month, if that's an easier payday for you, because say you get paid twice a month, 1st and 15th, first one's all your major bills, second one's your smaller bills, cool. Set us up for whatever date that you need, and then it'll be consistently set to that date. We've already seen a few people who have changed their days, and it just makes it easier for them. We want it to be easy for you. We want it to be easy for us. But unfortunately, Apple's not cooperating and making things easy for everybody. They tend to never do. We can never switch back to the other way of billing. Once you switch, it's permanent, and they're going to enforce it next year if you've opted out of it. If members were still trying to keep it the way that it was, we just figured we know the storm's coming. We're better just prepare and let it hit us first and just get it out of the way. That way we're used to the operation. And when new people come, they know what to expect. And I'll add into the tier infos, the welcoming email that's sent out. I'll edit all of these to explain when we release models, which will be the end of the month. I think I've said it enough to where everybody understands. We're not going to do releases throughout the month anymore. It'll just have to come at the end. So, thank you all for your time. Appreciate you watching this. And just charge it to charge everyone on the 1st. No, James, that's what I'm explaining is you can't. Everyone who was with us on the 1st, yes. The only way that we can is just suggest people to have it set up for the 1st of each month. But for those who can't, we understand. And we're going to have those trickling in all month. So it just makes sense to let everyone pick whatever charge date they want, and then we release models all at the end of the month. I wish it would stay on the 1st because it makes life simple and easy for us. But again, Apple wanted to complicate everybody's lives. Sorry, I'm not trying to hit my table. I do appreciate you letting me know about hitting the table. Maybe if I turn the mic down some, I don't know how well that changed, or if the volume on my mic actually does any difference. Oh, cool. So somebody else is doing that's probably because they switched to subscription billing and realized that's probably the best route to take is release at the end of the month. That way people aren't coming in and joining on the 28th and getting all of that month's model. Guys! No. My dogs like to bark at random. Squirrels running across the door. I got 2, so the second one barks, the other one does. Shh. 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 My big one's kind of old and blind, too. No. It's okay. There's noises out there. It's okay. But go. Get out of the kitchen. Get out of the kitchen. Sorry about that. Gotta love having dogs. While you're live. It's great. All right, everybody. Okay, I'm going to end this. I think we've covered what we had. If you got any other questions, just comment somewhere. And I'll find them and see them. I've got dogs barking. I got a guy outside mowing, so they're not going to stop. But thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you lending your time and your ears and understanding for the changes coming. Yeah, he's a big half lab Chesapeake retriever, so he's loud and it hurts my ears. All right, y'all have a great day. Sorry for the inconvenience of changes, but gotta change, gotta adapt. So appreciate you guys, and thank you for the support. And we will catch you in a little bit with more questions.